Yo, 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 we are back in this thing, man.
Back
What's
for round
going
two.
on? Back for round two. And the
Round two.
response from the first one was so crazy, bro. We was just talking about it. Like, very
Yeah.
grateful for everybody that like just came out and showed
Yeah.
love. And man, you was telling me like people was hitting you like they actually
The
watched the
reception
full
was crazy,
John and
man. Yeah, it was a 2-hour podcast, but I got people reaching out saying that they watched the whole thing,
that's crazy.
which is ridiculous because that was a super rough cut. And I know we're very highly critical of the work that we're putting out there, and two, we're very long-winded. So we went into the first episode knowing that's how it was going to be, but to see the amount of people that actually watched
Yeah.
the entire thing is crazy. So shout out to everybody that, got something from it. I got people hitting me up, taking notes, talking about they're not going nuclear anymore, and they adjusting their front row.
Don't be
and
like
that was
me.
so spot on. So
Don't be
I'm
like
glad
me.
that people got something out of it. It says that we've got something positive, I think. And I feel like people are resonating with that. And it's just good to give them more options out there when it comes to listening. So we appreciate y'all.
A
for real.
1000%, bro. And like I was telling you earlier, for me it's like very few instances where I plotted on something. We've experienced it together. I've done
Yeah.
it on my own. You've done it on your own.
Yep.
Plotted on something, came up with an idea, did the groundwork, executed on it, and put it out there, to share it with
And
your
quick,
community.
too.
And you know what I'm
The
saying?
speed of getting it out there, too.
So a sense of pride
Uh-huh.
from that aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where like my pride came. I was like,
Yeah,
hey, I
that's the
said I was
quickest
gonna do
we've
something,
done.
and I did it.
That's the quickest we've
And I
done
was
something like that.
quick because
Yeah.
I be, I could take some time sometimes,
Uh-huh.
and so like I didn't really let anything get in my way. And so to just be really active and to
Yeah.
get that community activated, like it was just really like family, cousins, friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we even had some random trolling and
Yeah,
some
we got our first
commenting.
hate
We got our
comments.
first hate comment.
People think I'm too wise, and they hate Anwar's relationship with Drake. Somebody said on the YouTube short that they died. Your friends dodged
Dodge
the bullet.
bullet.
And apparently, I'm an
Somebody
expert on everything.
and said that my friends that I cut off because of Drake dodged the bullet. That was nasty
Yeah.
work. But I'm grateful. Thank you for that comment.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me something to laugh about for like a
real.
week. Like, I appreciate you. And
Uh-huh.
genuinely, anybody that showed love, commented, watched the TikTok,
Yeah.
came up to me personally. and,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, very grateful.
Yeah.
And
We
I
appreciate y'all.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And what I'll say is, our mindset with this was absolutely to get it up quick, and then from there, at the least, let's make one improvement.
Yeah.
You know
each
what I'm
episode.
saying? Every episode. So whether that be some internal stuff that y'all might not see, like the way we structure it or the way you and I are going about communication during the week,
Yep.
whether it be, shout out my mama and this little green plant. I don't know if y'all remember last episode, I had a random calendar just on the
Yeah.
wall.
You got a plant now.
You know what I'm saying? And just kind of how we do the set and everything like that. We trying to make just one improvement rather than being that perfectionist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And having
Yeah.
that analysis paralysis and you ain't getting nothing going.
Exactly.
This is a new thing for me where I just start
kind of go.
rough or however and then slowly look
Yeah.
to improve. So
And this is like that bad signal to all of y'all that got something going on right now. The main thing, I know it's like cliche to hear, but it's true. It's just like, I see that thing going around where it's like, start now, start next week, start in your 40s, start wherever, but just start. And I think this is kind of a testament to just getting stuff out there. Like, this is by no means the finished product, but it just goes to show you don't know how powerful your idea is until you actually get it out there.
yes.
So get y'all stuff out there, man. Like, take advantage of the time. You're young now. However old you are, you're young now. So get started for real.
1,000%. And in the spirit of improving from one episode to the next, we hit the record button last episode without a name.
We did.
And as y'all probably can see, looking around and all on the content, we've got pages, we got everything. After the episode was recorded, we built all of that. So
Yeah.
we do have a name, but before we say it officially on the actual show, I asked ChatGPT to give us a podcast name, and these were the results. So the prompt that I used, let me pull this up because this was funny. I got to show y'all. So the prompt that I used with ChatGPT was generate 300 podcast names using euphemisms commonly used by African Americans. So this was a loaded prompt.
This was ChatGPT Urban Division.
I don't know if
it was from the Urban Division.
I felt a little weird typing that in because I was just like, how ChatGPT gonna know about the black community? Like,
it does though. Have you used the voices?
Nah, I haven't.
Shout out to what's the voice on here? I use Cove, and I'm big on ChatGPT, y'all. But there's a voice
I'm new to the scene.
His name is Spruce. Spruce is the we'll call him the urban voice. Spruce on ChatGPT.
The voice and the hero. Shout out Dirk. Shout out Free Smirk.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on, man? And then you can hear him talk. Let me see if they give me the Tyler Perry dude.
Oh, crazy.
Hello? He's shy. We'll get back to Spruce.
For real?
Yeah.
I was going to say, put it up to the mic. I thought I heard some. When I came down the stairs, I thought I heard something.
Hey, how's it going? I'm looking forward to working together.
Don't that sound like
where to start.
collard greens and some yams?
That's crazy.
Ask him, though, he doesn't identify.
He doesn't identify.
They don't. Just like,
all right.
They're just like,
that's very PC of them.
For real. He's like, this is just what I sound like.
And it don't matter. It's just, are you helping me or are you not helping me?
But it's funny, though.
That's all that matters. Okay.
Funny.
I asked ChatGPT to give us a name for our podcast using this prompt. Here are 300 podcast names, using this prompt, generate 300 podcast names using euphemisms commonly used by African Americans. It was a loaded prompt, and these are some of the results that I got. Straight, no chaser. Real talk roundtable.
Okay.
From the soul.
Yeah, see, now we getting into the urban division.
Here we go. No filter, just truth.
Okay.
Soulful insights.
Yeah, once again, but I'm seeing it spelled SOUL. It feels like the Black Burger King commercial they did in the 70s, bro.
Spilling the tea.
Okay. I think that's already taken.
ChatGPT know this? Let me see. Word on the street.
Now that's what, if I asked my dad, we would get something back like that.
Hold up, I'm gonna get if you ask your dad. That's what you
make it word on the street.
So ChatGPT acting like pops.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give you a couple more. I know you looked up some too.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna give you a couple more. I got real recognize real.
Okay. How they spell the real?
No, they spelled it. They spelled it right. And then keeping it grown.
Keeping it
grown is crazy. ChatGPT. These are some of my first times ever using ChatGPT. Yeah. I'm late to the scene, so for it to have such a cultural understand, they're corny, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's in the ballpark.
This is stuff that we use. Like, I ask for stuff that we use in our community, and it know what we be on a little bit. These are crazy.
Let's see.
Did you get any of these when you? I know you was looking up a couple.
I got Say Less, We Got It podcast. Say Less, We Got It.
Say Less, We Got It is crazy.
Dead ass conversations.
Which
isn't that bad.
If we was from New York, you know what I'm saying? If we was from New York, we would have took
your
that.
podcast name. Yeah. They got The Vibe is Immaculate.
The Vibe is Immaculate. I probably have, that probably has come out of my mouth once. I probably said that before.
Say It With Your Chest podcast.
Say It With Your Chest.
Real aggressive. Catch This Fade podcast.
Catch This Fade. Catch This Fade
podcast.
Catch This Fade is a crazy podcast name,
No Cap podcast.
Bruh. They wilder, bro.
They going crazy, man. The list goes on and
No
on.
Cap podcast. What was your prompt, bro?
I used the same thing, and I added, what did I add in here? I just added like the count or like how short I wanted them, and just use them more like phrases. So we got that. We got Keep It a Buck podcast.
Keep it a buck.
Pull Up and Chill.
Oh, snap.
And I just had two
Hold
black
on, bro.
best friends.
Oh, you put in two black best friends. That's crazy.
That's where I was coming from.
Number 82 of 300. Voices of the Diaspora.
Voices of the Diaspora.
This Afrocentric.
They covering all
Speak
all
your
areas of
truth.
blackness. Yep.
The grown-up table.
See, I can smell the incense now.
Wow.
The grown-up table.
The Real Talk Collective.
We giving y'all some names too.
That's
like,
something my dad would have said.
The Real Talk
The
Collective.
Real Talk Collective. Crazy.
Yeah,
The Vibe Check.
Great. Yeah.
Chilling and chatting.
Okay. That's an auntie. That's an auntie
chilling.
podcast.
Chilling with the IN with the apostrophe.
Uh-huh.
Chilling and chatting.
Let me see.
Yeah, bro. I've never the Soul Session.
The Soul Session.
Anytime I see Soul, I'll be like, y'all
but now
are
I
crazy.
feel like we on Oprah's network with that
Yes.
one. And Iyanla about to come around the corner. Keep It Player podcast.
Keep It Player is crazy.
What we not gonna do?
What we not gonna
Gonna
do
do
is crazy.
podcast.
What we not gonna do is crazy.
Break bread or fade.
Nah, bro.
What?
Nah, bro.
This is crazy. Hustle and flow.
Anyway.
Y'all should do that. Ask ChatGPT what a black podcast name should be.
Yeah. A black yeah, ChatGPT gave me black podcast names. That was crazy.
Loaded Tyler Perry Studios software.
Yeah, bro. I asked ChatGPT to give me black podcast names, and these are the results. That's wild. But I figured we'd just share a couple of those as we was going back and forth before we launched the episode and everything. Those names we was just rolling in the group chat. Like it was hilarious.
Names were getting crazy.
But as you guys know by the title, y'all know by now, welcome to the Like a Brother podcast.
Like a Brother podcast.
Man, I'm
LAB.
Anwar.
I'm Josh.
Wheezy and the Wizard.
And
We
we
are
doing
live
Like a
from my
Brother.
mama's basement. Y'all already know the drill.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to the show, man. So
LABPOD.
LABPOD. So I say we get into it. It is the weekend before Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Thanksgiving, will come up this week.
Weekend before Thanksgiving is coming up this week, and I thought that we could start this episode with one of my favorite segments that I see other shows and podcasts do.
Yeah.
I've been a Reddit user.
Yeah.
A lot. I've been on Reddit
Reddit
a lot.
is a plug.
Recently, I think I just been fanning out about stuff. Really on a fashion tip, bro. They have
You can find your people on Reddit.
Kith
for sure.
Reddit forum. Shout out Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? And so I be on Reddit buying stuff, commenting about new drops or whatever.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite Reddit forums is Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
And I see a lot of these shows go through and they talk about, just get their 2 cents on it. So I figured we could dive in and do a couple.
And we're doing it Thanksgiving edition.
Am I the Asshole? Thanksgiving edition.
We're going to have 2 Thanksgiving ones coming up here. This first one is crazy. And it's pretty popular. And it's something that I'm not ashamed to say that I probably do if I got to this point. So this one says, am I the asshole for ruining Thanksgiving? So I met my boyfriend 3 years ago. Before him and I were together, he was with his high school sweetheart. They fell out of love and broke up. A year later, we started dating. His mom, however, was still heartbroken about it, and I was very understanding about that and thought that she needed some time to get to know me. The ex basically grew up with him, and they saw her as part of the family. For the first year of the relationship, his mom would call me by his ex's name until the boyfriend got angry once and told her to be nice. She laughed it off and said it was just a habit. After that, she started calling me the wrong name. Now, she's using pseudonyms here. So let's just say her name is Jenny and the mom is calling her Janet. I corrected her a couple of times, but she seemed to like hurting me, so I ignored it. Later on, my boyfriend, who has 2 sisters, and a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, we were invited to a barbecue at the older sister's house. I was in the kitchen with my boyfriend's mom and the sisters and one of their husbands. The older sister then talked about how my boyfriend praised my cooking to her husband and his mom, who was listening.
Okay.
She then said out loud, "Sure. Why don't we let Janet make the turkey this year?" The wrong name again.
She doing that on purpose.
She knows what she's doing.
She doing that on purpose.
She in that Loretta Devine bag.
She doing that on purpose, bro. This is crazy.
So the sisters giggled and looked at each other, and I said, "You know what? That's a great idea." And I didn't tell my boyfriend about what happened, so I guess he was out while this unfurled. On Thanksgiving, we went to his mom's house with the usual wine and dessert. She was shocked, and everybody else was. I said, "What? I thought Janet was bringing the turkey."
Oh, wait.
She said, "My name's Jenny. Janet's supposed to be bringing the turkey."
Wow.
She says there was yelling and crying, and then we got kicked out. My boyfriend is so angry with me and hasn't talked to me since. I think it's over, to be honest, but I still don't think I did anything wrong. Did I? Talk about the smoothest revenge play.
Hey, no. That's a level of pettiness that I could never stoop to.
Yeah.
But that I do have a level of respect for.
I respect it totally.
That mama was playing in her face for real.
And she knew it.
And she knew it.
And she knew it.
And the sisters was giggling about it. Like, it felt a little inside
they
joke.
started testing her gangster, bro.
Wow.
She had to show up and show them. But I mean, I think, but once again, that's that taking inventory. And it just built up over time, bro.
Yep.
It built up over time. I'm sure she said I tried to correct her multiple times.
Yep.
And the mom is still going with it. And so I think she was within her right. I'm not mad at that.
I don't disagree at all. At the same time though, I wonder you you gotta think about you about to walk up in here with this wine and dessert. Your man out the loop.
He don't know at all.
He don't know nothing at all. You gotta think about the outcome. So to me, where my head goes is they probably also have problems in their relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Cause it's like that was loaded. What was going on with you and your man that you just said, well, he gonna have to just take this L.
Because I think he was making this slide for his mama.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she said he said something to her too.
He got angry, but you have dialogue about that stuff, bro. I've been in that boat where it's just like, okay, mom and the girl not clicking. That's like problem solving number uno. We got to take care of that.
We got to take care of that off rip. We got to get on that same page.
So there had to have been a conversation, but at the same time, I think she just personally, what did Mike say? I took that personally. So she had to go ahead and run the play, man.
Now, did she say how long between Thanksgiving and that last turkey comment?
It was a couple weeks. So she said that.
Wow, that's savage.
It was a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. They were at a barbecue.
That's
savage.
And
so this has been going on for a minute. Since the meeting, she's been doing.
There had to have been some follow. Like, mom has to. Hey, you bringing a turkey through, or you did it? I'm just like, dang.
I think it was more of a. I got Loretta Devine in my mind right now. I'm thinking the mom is saying you better not to show up without the turkey. There could have been some dialogue and stuff like that, but I highly doubt, especially if they're already on these type of terms. I don't think they're communicating back and forth. And yeah, it's rough, fellas. Y'all know if your mama is not vibing with your lady is an issue. So
No, it's gonna be
my fiance gets along great with my mom.
Oh, absolutely,
I've
bro.
seen the other side though.
That's
It's not good. It's not good.
and I know you see the other side, but we not gonna get into
You're not
that.
even diving down that road.
We
bro.
not gonna get into that.
It's
But
bad.
dang, bro, that's
I'm not mad at that.
She's not the asshole.
Nah, I
The
don't
mom
think
is
she
definitely the asshole in that situation. But she definitely like she had to know what that was gonna do.
Oh, well, she was prepared to deal with the fallout, bro. She knew what that was.
Yes.
Because that was a chess move right back.
Yes. And he's pissed, and she's like, "Yeah, I think it's over." Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That may have just been the perfect way to get out anyway.
I think, yeah, she should have left the situation because it definitely wasn't serving her.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if she gets to like, if she wanted that man, then and clearly to me, the mom did not want her and the son to be together.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, like, if we looking at like who got the W or not, maybe it's a win-win. The mom got what she wanted, which is that relationship is over, but she got to get her lick back.
Exactly. Her mom didn't leave clean. Her mama got a black eye right now.
No. They took
Talking about
casualties.
you should see the other girl, but
So,
yeah, she still got her.
You know what I'm saying? Is it like she won the battle, mom won the war? Like, I don't know how I look at that situation.
Yeah.
Like when I zoom out or whatever, but it was a savage way to go out.
Nah, for sure.
It was a savage way to go out.
Sure.
She get respect for that.
No, I'm not mad at that at all. I think it was well played. It was well played.
It was well played. It was well played.
Okay.
We got one more of these.
We do have one more of these. I didn't touch this one. You picked this one.
I can read it. I
Okay,
can read
bet.
it. I'll take the sticks on this one. I know which one this one is. All right, I picked. Yeah. I loosely looked at this because this was topical.
Oh,
This was topical. So, all right. It's titled "My Kids Won't Come to Thanksgiving or Christmas."
Oh.
She's like, I know. Not she. It's actually, this is a dad, I think.
Okay.
I know. This is fake. I'm trolling. This never happened. Blah, blah, blah. This is 100% true.
Okay.
I have 2 daughters that are both in college.
We
have a family group chat with my parents, all of my siblings, and all the grandchildren. My parents and siblings are all Trump voters / supporters, and they are not shy about it.
I didn't know he was going.
Most family gatherings will devolve into arguing between them and myself. I grew up in the shit show. My kids did not. After the election, my kids silently left the group chat. My mother and sisters are trying to plan Thanksgiving through the chat. When my mother noticed my daughters left, she called to ask me why.
Okay.
I told her they are grown adults and she would need to ask them. So she did.
Oh, okay.
One of my daughters is lesbian. When my mother asked the 2 girls, they told my mom that they would no longer be attending any family functions, including Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Oh.
This created a shit show on an epic scale in the family chat. My mother tried to explain to my kids that their vote had nothing to do with them. My oldest explained that they exposed their character and they were raised to not engage with people that condone rape, lying, and cheating. She told my mother that your votes will directly impact our lives in a negative way, and you guys did not care. You chose a politician's hollow words over your grandkids. There was more, and I'm paraphrasing.
Okay.
My parents and siblings are furious. I think it's important to say that I pay for both of my kids' college, their health insurance, car insurance, food, and gas. I pay for airfare when they come home. They don't work. My deal with them was if they went to school and got good grades, I would pay if I could. My mother wants me to cut them off until they come to Thanksgiving and Christmas. I said no. I have my kids' backs and they are adults. I will not force them to make a choice they don't want to make. My siblings are saying I am an asshole and I'm dividing the family. I honestly never thought I'd be in this insane situation, but here we are. So Reddit, Am I the asshole?
Dang, that's crazy, but I'm just going to say off bat so it's clear. No, you're not. No, now we can get into the weeds of that, but I don't think that he's off base at all with that. It sounds like he's raised the kids to be independent thinkers and stand on business, and I'm glad that their pops stood on business for them too. Because there's a lot of toxicity. My family's big on tradition, and I'm cool with tradition. However, sometimes y'all be letting that get a little detrimental to the mental, spiritual, and physical well-being of others. I saw LL Cool J do a Hot Ones. He says peer pressure. No. He says traditions are just peer pressure from dead people.
That's a crazy
Tradition
bar, bro.
is just peer pressure from dead people.
That's a crazy bar, bro.
So you do have that, but I think the daughters, and like we were talking about this election, I think there were a lot of valid points, and there was a lot at stake and on the line. And so for their daughter or daughters to not align with the views, I feel like you gotta step up and stand on that. Like, I don't think people realize how heavy their political sway can be in certain situations, scenarios when they're like doing things like voting and actively like exercising that right.
Yeah.
I think that because everybody can do it, you can kind of take that for granted. And obviously our view is different because we have people that literally died for our right to vote.
Exactly.
But for people just exercising their right, I think there's when you vote for that politician or that candidate, you have to understand that you made like a part, but you're voting for everything that comes with it. And so I think that for the daughters, that was a topic that they're like, I'm not for this, and you voting against that, not directly. You may agree with what I'm saying, but you're still putting me in the spotlight where I got to deal with the fallout of all this stuff. And so I'm not mad at the dad for supporting his kids, bro, and standing on business. Some craziness.
I'm not mad at it either. Personally, for me, right, I have a very strong immediate family, like our circle, like my older sister, my little sister, my mom, my dad. That's my, we the starting five. We also have, as he called it, I grew up in the shit show.
Yeah.
I think if we brought my mama down here and we asked her about her family, she would say she grew up in the shit show. So I say that to say there's a conscious effort to separate and divide. And, you know what I'm saying? We have, as an immediate family, so we need our space. You know what I'm saying? And so we do our own thing very often.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you make those your own traditions and do that. And I believe that's part of the evolving of your family anyway. Like, I'm getting ready to get married next fall.
Yeah.
And with that is going to come like the responsibility of like creating your own traditions and all those different things for your family. And it's not necessarily separating from your larger group.
Yes.
But there's just stuff that, we do or are going to exercise that may look different, because my parents did the same thing with me.
Exactly.
Everything's supposed to look a little bit different. But I also commend the dad for standing on what he raised his children to be like and the values that he instilled in them. And he understands that their position in life, and whether you agree with the college being paid for or not, whatever, that's neither here nor there. They had an agreement and they doing what they need to do.
Right.
And so he's in a position to let them exercise that right. In my opinion, they ain't in breach of their contract with their daddy. They in line and doing business.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. Actually, I truly applaud the dad and the daughters, especially the daughters, because I think that, like, right, there's a lot of pressures, especially like family, like, so for you to stand on business at that, they're in college, so what, that could be 18 to 22.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a really young age, and those are really like influential people in your life. So to, be potentially an 18-year-old and being like, hey, this is what I stand for, and this is what I think is right, and I'm finna stand on that.
Exactly.
I got nothing but, kudos for that side of the ball. And I think they respectfully distanced themselves from the situation. They went in there on a rah-rah. Like,
they just rearranged the row.
They just rearranged. They took inventory and rearranged the row. I'm somebody who actually has several relationships that I distanced myself from because of the election, because for so many different reasons. You know what I'm saying? And so if you gonna vote for that man and be all loud and proud and whatever
stand
about
on it, that's all
you
I'm
gotta
saying, bro.
stand on it. And if somebody feels differently and they ain't trying to be all up in that energy and they distance themselves, that's their prerogative.
Just like you have your prerogative to do your thing. Like, that's just what it is.
And the other thing that I'll say is my idea of the family dynamic. I think about this often with relationships.
Yeah.
Here's a question that I think is dumb that they love asking on the internet.
Okay.
Who sits in the front seat, the wife or the mom or the daughter? Like, they love to have that conversation. Stupid.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
All right. But if we want to get into that nuanced, it's extremely nuanced. It depends on family. Depends on. And it also don't matter. It don't matter.
We all going to the same place.
But anyway, if you want to get into that conversation, and I'll tie it back to this, my thoughts is like, when you marry somebody, you ask for their hand in marriage, and their father walks down the aisle and gives them away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you need to go and ask that father, however many months, years before, for her hand in marriage.
Right.
That's like textbook.
That's how
that situation goes.
Yeah.
Right? Because the dad, that's his responsibility.
Exactly.
That's his daughter.
Yeah.
You're asking to take on that responsibility. You're asking to take on that responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? You're asking to take that role.
Yeah.
I want to be her emergency contact, not you.
Exactly.
I want to be, her first call. When she has a flat tire, I want her to call me.
Exactly.
When she's having an issue, I want her to call me. I know that's currently your position. I would like to, I've hoped that you can see my body of work over this period of time and see that I am qualified
to relieve you from
your duty and take on that position.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, let's assume that, your mother is with your father. That's the case for me.
Okay. Yeah.
That is the case for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he did the same thing. However many for us, like 30 something. Our parents been together 30, 20,
20, high 20s
high
to 30s.
20, low 30 something. You get to this. They did that.
Same
and
thing.
asked for, you know what I'm saying? So my daddy got my mama, and he took on that responsibility.
Exactly.
I asked to take on this responsibility, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta go and well, then who got her?
Exactly.
Cause you said you was gonna man that post.
Exactly.
And now you leaving a post and going and do, what I'm saying?
And your post don't end really.
Thank you.
It's just the
till
marriage
death
is
do us part.
Yeah.
Till death do us part.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if my wife is whatever, we're not gonna get. Because it's a stupid question.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get into it.
This cancel route.
But I say all that to say my thoughts on an immediate family. My thoughts on. That's my thought on my wife, and that's my thought on my children. That's my responsibility.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have my baby's back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I, would raise them similarly. That if they feel strongly about something, that you know what I'm saying, they gonna stand on that on business. I think they respectfully. Remove I don't know if we got all the context.
We didn't get out, but based on the context that we had, it was done
they were
in
super
an appropriate way.
They just said, I'm not finna be...
And was willing to have the conversation with grandma.
And was willing to have the conversation with grandma.
If you're backing it up and standing on it, because like I said, when you get into the whole thing and you're casting one way or the other, however you do, but you got to understand that just because you like the fact that this car, has this touchscreen in it, you also bought the all-wheel drive. You also bought the V8 engine. You also bought the spacious trunk. Like, you get everything that comes with it. And so for them to say, I'm not vibing with the whole package, even though you may have wanted that car just because I like the surround sound in it, but it still comes with everything else. And for them, I'm glad that they stood on business saying, nah, you bought the whole thing and I don't vibe with this, and this. I don't like that.
Yes.
And so we gonna distance ourselves. I don't think that there was anything done wrong. I think there's a generational gap, and it really highlights generational gap, especially like in different communities, but that whole respect thing.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And how we as a people look at respect with elders versus sometimes I think what's a moral kind of high ground, and sometimes I feel like we can make decisions based on the whole respect rule that may not be beneficial long term.
Yep.
And so that's a whole conversation too, to talk about respect and what that looks like in different backgrounds and dynamics and households.
1,000%, bro. I also want to throw in it's a little bit of calling the pot that called the kettle black. Because for me it's like I had a difference in opinion in you. I'm the daughter. I had a difference in opinion in you. And so I said, I distanced myself and said, I don't want no parts in this.
Exactly.
You got a opinion that's different than me about wanting to, take, I'm not coming to think, and now you trying to take away my education, my everything. Now Pop's gotta cut you off until you.
And I don't think she has the right to step in.
Come on.
Because that's not your kid.
That's not your kid. And I'm obviously gonna back mine. If there's poor behavior going on, that's one thing.
Now we have a conversation.
You stole grandma's car and you did da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, that's your ass.
But it's just
in this situation, no.
They just don't like the resistance.
Exactly.
Because of that tradition is like, nah, I'm the elder. You listen to me no matter what.
Exactly.
Even when I'm wrong. And I think you were wrong, Grandma.
For a lot of things, including who you voted for. And I would just leave that at that. Shout out these two daughters. I think they're gonna go into this world and be very productive and leaders in their community. I look forward to seeing. How they get going.
When it comes to kids, I believe personally that you should raise your kids to be adults. Like, I'm raising adults, not kids. And so with that, we got to do that whole segment on this free range parenting and what that looks like. Because there was this guy on the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about the whole disrespect and kids asking why to their parents. Like, oh, I told you to do something. Okay, why? And then get in that backhand. Whereas he's now like, no, I have conversations with my kids because I want them to be able to advocate for themselves in the adult world. And where that advocacy starts directly and who they have the most dialogue and conversation with is the parents and being at home. And so we have these conversations where I'm still going to have them do whatever I ask them, but I'm okay with them being inquisitive and asking those questions because he has the viewpoint of they're not going to be in my house forever. So when I get out in the real world and they're in that boardroom meeting and something isn't flying right, are they going to be the type of people that just take that on the chin? Are they going to be easily led by friends? If Anwar asked me to do something and he got the juice and everybody loves Anwar, so I'm going to just do what he says or not. Like, that was his whole take on that. Like, briefly, what do you think about that?
I agree. I grew up going to the Museum of Science and Industry, which was a volunteer program, and then I also grew up in the suburbs, taking honors and AP classes, and I was the only black kid in these honors and AP classes. And it was not until I got to the Museum of Science and Industry and I was learning science in that environment that I started to get comfortable speaking up, talking, giving, I was never the first to raise my hand in class or you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of confidence in professional, academic environments because of being in that program and the beautiful, incredible black woman who ran that program and encouraged us to talk,
Got you.
share ideas, do whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's my next question. I was gonna ask, what did you feel was different in that environment versus your school settings?
She was so warm
Mm-hmm.
and nurturing and supportive and encouraging. And I think that like those classes, especially them AP classes, like the
Mhm.
first 3 weeks, they set the tone. It was like they tried to like weed you out.
Oh, almost definitely.
When you get to college, this gonna be this, this gonna be that, it's gonna be
that summer assignment was
the summer
was the first move off bat.
Yes.
Everybody passing that packet around. Oh, so you read the reading?
Yes.
That's in that setting the tone Dave won.
And so they wanted this like intimidation factor to be a part of the classes, and that set the tone. You going through the syllabus, and it was like, you need to be on your and this need to be handled, and that need to be handled, and this and that. Whereas I went to Museum of Science Industry, and it's like, let's explore the world and all of the science behind it, and let's be curious, and let's ask questions, and let's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the approach was way different. You know what I'm saying? So that intimidating, you got to be on yo and and like, and now I'm an adult, right? And I see how comfortable I am in professional environments and, you know, talking about, right? Even, and I don't even want to make it OD political, but just how uncomfortable people feel. Like, I know so many people who will call me and be like, oh, I was having an argument, but I wanted to say this, but
you didn't.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't, or I know how I feel, and I do have the information to back it up, but I don't have the skill set to put the words together to effectively communicate how I feel about a thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in these professional and academic environments, you know, there's an intimidation because you got to speak a certain way or talk a certain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that the museum for sure gave me that. And so it was cool because it was like I was going to 2 schools
at the same time.
And so I was able to compare and contrast the two.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that went a long way for me.
Yeah.
I actually encourage students and kids now. Like, I push social media and making videos because getting comfortable in front of that camera and having a thought or an idea, putting it together concisely, and then creating, you know, a body of work, a think piece.
Yeah.
I know everybody throwing out think pieces on,
right.
You know, I mean, I'm doing it right now, right?
This is a giant think piece.
Exactly. But I think for youth at a young age to get started, you know, getting in front of a camera or, you know, whatever, like that skill set is so transferable.
It is
across
man.
So many areas of your life. And so I know there's a lot of kids like, oh, I don't want to have an iPad, or a lot of parents like, I don't want to have an iPad kid or I don't, you know, oh, they're on Roblox too much or they're da-da-da-da-da. I think in, you know, getting them to create content, right? The internet's a crazy place, but you know what I'm saying? Monitored, you know, can be actually a really positive, you know, experience of just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's interesting, man, because now that you're talking about this, and I had a former, I won't say like coworker because we didn't work for the same business, but we worked in the confines of each other.
Yeah.
It was 2 business owners that shared an office. And she was talking about her son and how he's using a lot of these YouTube kind of videos and YouTube University, and he's really into artwork, but he's using that to learn. And so I was in the same boat of encouraging him to continue to take. And she showed me his work, and he's like, I think like 9 now.
Wow.
But the art was legit. Like, it wasn't like a Picasso, but just the symmetry in his drawings and all that was a lot more advanced for a 4th grader going into 5th grade than I've seen. So it's very interesting to see what kids have coming into play now. And I remember that example you shared last podcast with the lady in New York, Esra. Shout out to Esra and her son.
Shout out to Esra and her son.
I gotta get his name.
Him doing
YouTube.
name.
But it's an important medium, I think, because as we're talking about this, and I'm thinking on our educational experience, I remember being in the classroom and being outspoken and in that kind of leadership role, 4th and 5th grade. But middle school, there's like this shift now.
Yeah.
And in high school too, where it's no longer fun or encouraged to be the kid that's like Hermione Granger all the time in the class and raising her hand.
Yeah.
And I think that there was a part in my development where that started getting pushed down, and then I had to start actively and intentionally working on that in high school again. But I remember not raising my hand in a lot of those instances because it wasn't the cool thing to do. You know, the popcorn reading where they're like, Anwar, and then you know your boy gonna heat you up as soon as you start reading these pages. And that's what happens in those classroom settings. But unfortunately, I also think that there becomes like a chipping away at your charisma, at your confidence, unknowingly, because everybody's trying to figure out who they are. And nobody wants to be the outlier. But the key is that you got to be the outlier to figure out who you are. You got to try those things and you got to put yourself out there. So definitely, I agree with encouraging the exploration of who you are and getting that out in some type of way. I think YouTube is a great way to do that for kids.
1,000%.
Yeah.
So I actually strongly encourage it. I have a friend of mine who she works in our space, and she's so just like enthralled with like the gaming scene and how these like kids are really building careers as gamers and opportunities for themselves. And she tells me like, she talks to a lot of her she's got a lot of friends who, you know, have firstborns or like whatever. And they're still forming their opinions about, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, should my kid be on his Xbox all day, or should I Obviously, right, you want someone well-rounded, you know what I'm saying? Everything in moderation.
Everything changes when the bread starts coming. So if my kid is a streamer and I'm starting to see I'm getting dual monitors and LED lights and I'm retiring. So,
1,000%. But she'd be like, there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
And, you know, the game, like, it could really take you places.
It's changing, bro, because you remember, and back to my coworker, because she was talking about her son all the time. You remember when the Wii came out? And that was our thing. That was the thing to have, and it was hot. The thing now for kids is that, and this is just dating ourselves, I guess, he wants that MetaQuest.
Yeah.
That's the new Wii. And
That's
I'm just
huge.
like, look at how far like tech and gaming and stuff like that has come. I'm still an avid gamer, but like the things that kids are doing now, what they have access to, and what that landscape is going to look like, to your friend's point that works in the spaces, and seeing it bud and bloom right now is crazy. The fact that VR is like the new thing that kids are like, I want to get into that. And then they can get in Roblox, they can get all these other games and be in these spaces with VR. I think is going to be a really interesting industry to see unfold, because it's in its early stages right now. But I feel like by the time we have kids and it's more of like a commonplace thing, it's going to be really advanced. So I'm telling you to like get Bengay now, start stretching now, because we're not going to be able to get away how my dad was with me on the PS2 and we side by side. Nah, we're going to have to be climbing on furniture and all that. But I'm excited, man. It's going to be a dope kind of transition, I think.
No, it is cool. I mean, I'm a little bit of a tech nerd, so I think that whole like that whole side of
it's gonna be cool.
It's getting really built out. Obviously, Apple dropped those joints, which I never tried those.
How did those do? Because I heard
feel like
that they
fell off the wave, and I think I heard that there's been a lot of returns.
Oh, so they're gonna be a hype beast collector item though, for sure.
Yes, for sure. I'm curious.
It's a lot though, because how do you feel about interacting with the world like in that way, in an augmented type of way? Because even my pops has the Ray-Ban Meta.
I was saying like those were a whole thing.
And he be like Meta or he'll be taking like family photos and he got everybody gathered and
hey, pops is funny as hell,
you know, and still calling me about the manual, and I'm like, you might as well give them to me if you're gonna be calling me about them. But he got his prescription in there so he can see ants on the ground. So I
Okay,
can't wear those.
okay.
But he loves that. But I'm interested to see, like, are we gonna have like, oh yeah, let me place my coffee order,
Yeah.
and we got these contact lenses in, or
Well,
what?
I will tell you my. I mean, I'm finna get a little. I guess my. No, I don't even want to call it a conspiracy theory because it's not that crazy.
Okay.
But what I'll say is that the phone will at some point be obsolete.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It's just like, because this is like limited.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You can only put so much RAM, you can only put so much hard, like, you know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
and you can, eventually this small little thing limits our capabilities.
Uh-huh.
We're not there yet, but at some point,
We
this
on
will
the way.
limit our capabilities, but that's why our voice
Uh-huh.
is so, you know what I'm saying? The human, we're unlimited. We can,
Right.
reach the stars or whatever. So I definitely see everything trending in that direction. Obviously, we're like a ways away because it's still clunky. The Quest is like, they're still big
Yeah,
and
they're
bulky
still big
and heavy.
bulky for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for the day when it's a
With
contact lens
exactly.
and you just like,
you can just kind of
but
throw them in there.
yeah, actually, I used to want to be I was a computer science major for a time in my life, and I was convinced that I was going to be a wearable tech entrepreneur.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I was obsessed with wearable technology, and I wanted to develop, like, I wanted it built into like fashion. Like, there's like Google Jacquard, which was like a whole thing that they had, and like, before the Apple Watch and stuff like that. Like, I thought it was cool, and so I'm really into it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I had a business idea. I had a business idea when I was, I think I was like 16 or 17. I was at Notre Dame for a computer science summer program. It was one of the most special times in my life.
Yeah.
Being there and the people that I met, the friends that I made, like, I really loved and have very fond memories there. But the idea that I had was wearable technology for athletes. Particularly, I was a hooper growing up, so like I was thinking about from like the basketball space. It was gonna be like compression sleeves that had sensors embedded in them. That could tell you about fatigue within the muscles. And like the use case would be like, coach would be on an iPad and he'd be like, LeBron's legs are
getting tired.
He's got like 60% in the tank. Like almost like how you own 2K.
Yeah.
And you can see when that meter is going down. Like the UI, the user interface would be like that. And you would know LeBron's max usage. You would know so it would be tailored to each player.
So you can adjust your team
you would do tests.
accordingly.
You would do tests, and you'd be like, okay, like when LeBron's calves get to, X amount of exertion, then he's, 10% less efficient. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ideally, you would be able to. And he's like, okay, but I know how LeBron recovers.
Exactly.
If we sit him down for 5 minutes and 23 seconds, his calves will go back up to 60%.
2K in real life.
And then that could take it,
Yeah, that'd be dope.
through the fourth quarter or whatever. And then it would be cool if fans could see this. Be like, coach, he's tired. Like, take our boy out the game. Or be like, dang, that boy's exhausted. He's still defying odds of getting buckets to make that part of the conversation. Like, I don't know. It was a cool little idea. I think that they have something like that now.
Probably.
Or whatever. But always been in the wearable tech, and I think it'll go like crazy places. But if I need to leave us on a tangent, we got 54 minutes. So I'm actually going to call an audible and say, our segment that we have planned, it'll be our first official segment on our show.
Yeah.
We're going to save for the next episode.
Yep.
Until then, I don't know if there's anything in the world, just topics, trendy stuff you've been watching, reading.
I know, man.
Whatever. I feel like it's something.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you heard, but Kendrick dropped his album.
Oh, my God. That's actually not what I was thinking about. And now I did, you know what I'm saying? I may have seen something, but my brain erases trauma.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
Whatever.
Have you listened to this?
Oh, I've listened to that masterpiece.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he said anything about my guy?
You know, and he's my guy too, man. Like, make no mistake. But I'm gonna call a fight when I see if you got knocked out. You got knocked out. I don't mean you not a champ, but you got to deal with it.
I don't know, but
The
I would
album's
say
fire though. The album's fire.
OVOXO, catch your girl
Oh
on my
my
next
God,
show. Okay,
man.
that's what we
The
repping.
album is fire.
That's what we repping.
My favorite song on there.
There's no
right
diss track,
now.
like real shit though. There's no diss track on there.
Not that there's some.
It's just a regular album. Oh, you got
subs,
subliminals, okay.
But we got 12 songs on here.
Yep.
It looks like tracks 44, 21, so 40. Okay, cool. So yeah, so not that long of an album. I actually like the fact that it was condensed because I felt like there was some more time to get the perfections going rather than I hate when an album has like 25, 26 songs because I know like majority of these are throwaways. But no, it was some really cool stuff, some really introspective stuff like Reincarnated, I think is a dope track. TV Off goes crazy. I love the Heart Part 6. Luther with it's a Luther Vandross sample, If This World Was Mine, or If This World Were Mine, with SZA. They going crazy on there. Man at the Garden. So he got a lot. I'll tell you this, I had no skips. I'll put it to you like that. I didn't have any skips.
Okay.
Which says a lot because these days I find myself having to like force myself to get through some stuff just so I can be like, okay, I'll listen to the whole thing.
Enough of that.
Oh my God.
What I would say is I appreciate an artist like Drake who does throw 22 songs on a album because I don't take him for granted. And I know I could be in a situation where my favorite artist disappears for 4 years and then comes back and only gives me 12 songs.
I get it.
So I like that.
You like the volume.
I love the volume and I like the whole discography. The other thing that I love about the 25 songs is like we not just rapping.
True.
When you're Drizzy Drake,
you can expand.
You have versatility. You're a Swiss Army knife. I could put you in any situation and you could pop. That. One of my most listened to songs right now is a Spanish song with Fuerza Regida.
Okay.
Regida and Drake. It's called Capone Mode.
Oh yeah, was that on the joint he dropped with all the songs on it?
No, that wasn't. That wasn't.
Did he actually release this as like
that? He's a feature on it. It's not his song.
Okay.
So Fuerza Regida, I believe, is a Mexican rap group, trap rap group.
Oh, okay.
This genre of music that is like it's like a mariachi band. Like it has that those same instruments.
Okay.
That you would hear but they add this like trap to it. I don't want to call it mariachi trap. I'm not that well versed. I don't know what they call this type of music. But I'm obsessed, bro.
Okay.
This stuff is so good, bro. I'll really be locking in. And me and my barber, we be shout out my brother Frankie, my freaking.
That's where it came from.
Yeah,
I was like, I know you ain't just go peruse and. Hey, Frankie put
Drake been dropping Spanish music for a minute. I'm always tapped in, but this particular lane, I love to hop in. It was so cool. My sister sent me a video of her doing something in her car, and it was playing.
Oh,
she was playing Fuerza Red. She was playing their music. And I was like, I likes that. Okay. But that boy, since we on the topic of music, that song Capone Mode, 12 out of 10. There's also another song that I'm obsessed with. It's not an official song. I was blasting it all day today.
They're gonna heat you up for leaving the Kendrick bus.
Yeah, bro. Enough of that.
I'm gonna keep him on, and I love Drake too. But like I said, it's just Kendrick. He just said, something like "Bring Me More Blood" is just paint to me.
Anyway,
yeah. So
Tim's has a song called "Burning." This girl Tamara,
Okay, because I was like solo or feature.
this girl Tamara did a cover of it. She's like, it was like If I Had a Verse on Burning by Thames. And bruh, it's the background song on my latest IG post that I just dropped. That song it's got crack in it. It is
Okay.
so good. I got that on blast. Ooh. I'm trying to think what else, if there's any music I've been really rocking with. I'm a heavy Afro beats guy.
I feel that.
So I feel like when my what do they call that? End of the year?
Yeah, the like a roundup or whatever they call it.
Yeah. When I check that out, my most played genre will be Afrobeat.
I feel that.
My most played artist will be Drake. My 2, 3, 4 will all be Afrobeat artists.
Okay.
Omale, that brother is cold.
Okay, we got some Afrobeat plug.
Omale, that brother is cold. I've been blasting him heavy. Burna Boy got a song called Bank on it.
Man, I don't mess with Burna Boy.
What's wrong with Burna?
Bro.
I don't know nothing about Burna.
He be dipping in the culture and then saying Black Americans ain't got culture, bro. While he sit up here in some Timbs from New York.
I don't know nothing about Burna but the music.
Hypocrisy.
That's crazy.
He makes good music, but he be on that.
So he be hating on us.
But wearing the stuff. He's saying that in a Louis and Tim's. I'm like, where you get these Timbs then? I want to see the slides that you're supposed to be wearing right now.
All right. Well, Burna need to work on that. I'm very much in a mindset of Pan-Africanism. That's what I believe in. We are all part of this big diaspora.
Hey, man.
Afro Latinas, African Americans. We from all over the world. There's I was watching Love Island like 6 years ago, and
we had
on Love Island UK, Yewande Bilal, I think is how you say her last name. She's Irish. I've never seen a black girl like with an Irish accent. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just saw one.
It tweaked me out, bro. I was like, what? That's
on
us.
Instagram. Like, and I couldn't remember, but if it was Scotland or Ireland, but she definitely had an accent.
Yeah.
And was going toe to toe with her husband.
Crazy, right?
Who is just straight up Irish white dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
They are so, they do these little skit type things.
Yeah, they did a skit.
They are so funny.
Yeah.
That's not Irish. That is,
are they Scottish?
That is a Manchester.
Manchester.
So it's UK.
But is that South?
But that's who I ain't got it. I was about to try. That's a it is northern.
It's northern. So
That's
Manchester's up north.
Like London down here,
Okay.
Manchester is up there. So it's on your way to Scotland. It's on your way
so
to
that's
Ireland.
where you have that inner kind of mingling of your dialect.
Manchester is real muddy. You ever seen? I'm pretty sure Tommy. I keep wanting to say Hilfiger or Egan. This is crazy.
I was like
Tommy Egan, Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
Nah. Who's that heavyweight fighter from the UK?
Patty?
No.
You don't, not UFC though, because
No, I'm not talking UFC. I'm talking boxing. White dude. He from the UK.
I know who you're talking
I was about to say, if
but
you've
I forget
heard
his
him
name.
talk. Jake Paul and Tommy Blank fought. I can't remember the name. His last name. Very famous last name. They're like, he's like the most famous. Like he's like this undefeated. I don't know. He's like heavyweight. He beat Tom Wilder. Always be trying to.
Yep.
I think they done had 3 rematches and.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, we gonna look this up because I need this name.
I know, man. I'm
Tommy.
Somebody knows it.
Versus Jake Paul.
One of y'all know it.
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury?
Do you know Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Tyson Fury's the big dude.
Yeah.
And then Tommy Fury, they're from Manchester. So if you've watched an interview or whatever.
Okay, because I've seen Tyson.
You know that accent.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Tyson is
Manchester,
crazy.
that's up north.
Okay.
That's up
So
north.
that was a northern accent.
Oh, my little sister has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he's from Scotland.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was native to Scotland. I thought he was
He's
like UK
Nigerian.
and then.
Well, he has a Scottish accent. Like, I mean, I guess you don't have to be native to have the accent.
True.
I don't really
just
know.
been
I
there for a
gotta
minute.
ask him. Obviously, his ethnicity, he's Nigerian,
Mm-hmm.
but he's got a Scottish accent. Like if I talk to him or like a voice memo or like whatever, we be texting or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's just I believe in Pan Africanism. We
Yeah.
all are of this diaspora. Burner need to get on the way.
Yeah, bro.
If he on that type of time, I'm gonna need him to clean
take
up.
his Timbs off.
I need to take his Timbs off. It's crazy. I need him to clean up for the one time. But
Yeah,
bro.
Shout
I've
out
been
to New York.
and no, I'm not gonna do it. I was about to go on a Drake rant. But you know what I'm saying? Drake is how I got introduced to
I love Drake too, but I'm here to be Anwar's Drake buffer. Because I know that y'all view that as my responsibility to keep us all safe. So
look, man.
I think my only artist this year, really, bro, Lucky. I've been in my Lucky back. And V's. My brother put me on the V's too. V's is
my cousin
crazy.
Todd put me on the V's.
Yeah, V's
so wow,
is crazy.
so if you got yours back today, what's your guess?
Oh,
we're gonna document this.
It would definitely be Lucky as number one.
Really?
Yes. Because, and here's the thing.
I was expecting you to say Future because he's put out a lot of product.
Yeah, bro. And I haven't really been tapping in with him like I should, but it's because I miss our 2015, 2016 era Future when
Dirty
he was
Sprite
like really
too.
like Dirty Sprite and then Purple Rain.
Rain.
I'll never
that
forget
mixtape.
those, bro. I'll never forget those.
Rex
What a
inside the
time.
mattress.
Like that's just,
Dip it
those
down.
are just classics. So it's hard for me to kind of like dive back in because he took a little stint off after we got, and then 2017, I think, was Hendrix and Future. Those were the self-named albums. Those are crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So I live in that world with Future. But yeah, Lucky's my number one.
No, the squad really rocked with Hendrix.
Yeah.
I remember J Bride.
Yeah.
They would bump that.
That joint was
heavy.
crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lucky, this latest project, I enjoyed it. It grew on me.
You sent it to me.
I didn't like it as much, I think, as Sex Money Drugs, even though those are like my two favorites.
Yeah.
My mom would be like, Sex Money Drugs? What are you listening to? But I love Sex Money Drugs.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I got, you know how my car is,
Uh-huh.
and you can see what I'm playing. Get in the car with my mama, and I just have it on shuffle, and that Party Next Door album pop
Ooh! Yeah, what is up with that?
Yo,
What is up with the back shot?
Bro, the back
cover.
shot, film camera picture.
Bro.
I'm like, my mama looking
I can't
like,
even play the...
I got people, they be like on their phone, they walking down the street, you know what I'm saying?
They look over and then they see, what is this? Like, nah, it's Party Next Door. Yeah, you wild for that
Bro, it's
album
terrible.
cover, man. Like, we didn't need that.
It's terrible.
People didn't
bro.
need that.
Can you play music with swear words in the whip? When you got your mom, like say you got your mom in the car with you.
I don't transport my parents around. EJ does.
Because your dad
Exactly.
has that post.
Exactly. That's his responsibility.
Exactly.
I've moved out and I've separated myself.
Yeah.
And Josh is in his own lane now. But yeah,
Mom, so you when the last time your mama been in your passenger seat?
Man, rare.
Really?
Rare.
Oh, wow.
Rare. I don't transport them because my dad is so much of a. I let him be in his.
Going different ways.
Yeah,
and everything like
I let him be in his bag. Now, if we all at church, and then I'm going to go see my relatives that are out there that are nearby. Maybe my dad is still doing something at the church, and then I'll drop mom off at the thing. But no, my mom's time in all our cars is very limited, both me and my brother, because she's not a speedy, she's not an expressway lady.
Okay,
she's not for the speed. Like you could go 20 miles and she'll still grip the handrail up top.
Like
She's like, okay, especially with Egypt. She was like, what are you doing?
My mama like that.
He be having anything come out his speakers, but he just.
Anything come out his feet.
He's just because he's like, you in my car. So I mean, I can get on the same tip, but I kind of avoid that. Cause my thing, I don't know if your parents watch the BET Awards, but what is up with parents and the whole using you as the guide to the BET Awards? Like, I don't know who these people are. And so they see all these artists and then like, Omar, who is Sexy Red?
Yeah.
And now I gotta I don't listen to Sexy Red like that.
Yeah.
but I'm in situations where I can be with like my fiance's friends or her line sisters, and then Sexy Red will just be in the mix. So I'll be Sexy Red adjacent, but I ain't got that girl's discography on my phone. But now because my parents are out of touch.
Yep.
And the BET Awards are gonna do what they gonna do,
Yep.
and that is a representation for the youth now. I have to now be Sexy Red's publicist and advocate for the next hour and a half and explain this twerking that's going on TV, bro.
Bro, that's just getting older. I will say I am the social media person.
Yeah, for sure.
Of the crib.
For sure.
But Lil Sis can hang in there. Imani could definitely hang in there too. So
I'll let EJ take the brunt of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Explain Sexy. Who is that, EJ?
It's moved around. And then, you know what I'm saying? Obviously with the family dynamic, like I live at home. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're able to get
you're the way in.
They it's not they wait till the BET Awards to get all like they get little spruces throughout or whatever.
Okay.
But nah, like I'm not allowed to play cuss words in the car.
Really?
And my mom rides around with me often.
I know, but I get that though. And I think me in the car with my mom, I would just adjust. Like, I don't even need to have the conversation.
I'm very much a shuffle.
We'll spend these 15 minutes.
I really trust. Shout out Spotify. They be handling their business. So I just kind of let Spotify know it's me.
Oh, yeah.
So I just let them run it. But then sometimes we get places that we wasn't supposed to get to.
We go to Soul Train in my car. It is just on loop.
For sure. Majority of the time. Right? Luther
Dross. Immediately.
Boom. And then I just let him that Spotify gonna take it wherever keep it in that vicinity. You know what I'm saying?
I'm an old school listener too though, so I can connect with my parents on that. Like, you know, we'll do like a Bootsy Collins or like a
Bobby Caldwell.
Yeah, Bobby Caldwell, stuff like that.
All that.
Smokey Robinson. All that, bro.
We'll definitely hit that for sure.
Yeah.
Versatile playlist.
Yeah.
Versatile
it's
playlist.
Good to be
I
versatile.
DJ a lot.
Oh, okay.
So in terms of not actually DJing, but in terms
you bring
of
the
I hop
tunes.
on the aux.
You definitely do because you brought them to my engagement party.
So I know that world of Sexy Red and
well, you gotta be
hot
adjacent.
Girl mix,
like you gotta do a hot girl mix, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm in that space, JT. JT coming. JT. Let me stop. So I'm in that world when I need to be, and I could bounce around a little bit too. Cool. I pride myself in the versatility, which is why I have, you know, the most versatile artist in the world as my number one in my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year.
Here we go.
But yeah, the music I've succinctly, like really deeply have been an Afrobeat guy.
Yeah. You put me on this stuff all the time. And why? I got a couple questions for black folks. What's up with black folks in the whole UK rap?
Look,
I'm open to that.
Look,
but we're talking Pan-Africanism.
Look, UK rap is maybe my second genre.
I know it is.
I think it goes Afrobeat, UK rap, R&B, and then soul.
Okay.
I think that would be my 5 lineup. I love UK rap.
I know you do.
I love UK rap.
And y'all love Top Boy too. So I'm just like,
I love Top Boy. Gangs of London. But you're right. For whatever reason, UK rap is coming around.
Well, that's because you got New York drill.
Yes.
That's bridging the gap between the two.
Yep. It's coming around. Central C is beloved across the board. But I'm talking about T-Wayne. I'm talking about...
no, we'll get into, get into artists.
Nines. I'm talking about
Big
Heady One. I'm
going crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got OGs like Skepta, but like Tion Wayne. Like it's a lot.
Who's that one dude you put me on to? He's got like, there were 2 tracks we had on repeat in the car. The album cover, I think it was like Blue.
So that's a joint album. I say Nafe Smalls.
Nafe Smalls, yeah.
I don't know if it's Nafe or Nafe Smalls. That brother got some got some heat. Boy.
Yeah.
But that Blue album, that's a collab album with Nate Smalls, and oh my God, this is embarrassing because I say his name all the time, but now I can't remember it. Buddy that always wear the mask. Nate Smalls and M Huncho.
Oh, okay. I like
That's a
I found Jordy. I don't know if you played Jordy, but he got
Yep.
I called TJ twice.
I called TJ twice.
Woo! That
He knows
goes
that's the
crazy.
bat signal.
I
I played. We was in the car together.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
I gave that.
And then I found
We was-
the other one,
we was
813.
popping out. Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Then you got us 813. That's how we did
I
that.
called TJ twice.
But I think I think they own like the Burna Boy stuff, but like the reverse of it. But
Yeah.
they'll really Top Boy they got into. But I had some people that be like, oh, I don't like the accent.
I think it's just it's the openness you have to have. Like, I think it's a whole expectation thing. So when I say
Yes.
like Lucky is my favorite right now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying because I love, like, I can get into old hip hop too, especially.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go to Lucky to be a lyricist. That's just my vibe. Like, that's just, and I categorize rappers based off of what they bring. Gunna, another vibe rapper. Not the most lyrical, but Gunna is like a living instrument in my mind.
Gunna's
Because he's
hard.
got all these melodies, these
Gunna got it.
flows, these
Gunna got the
ad-libs.
melodies.
But it's from that Young Thug bag.
Gunna
where they're-
got it.
They're instruments.
And you
They're
lose
not
some weight.
rappers like lyrically. They can say some stuff, but you hear for the vibe
Yep.
and the production come together with those types of artists.
Yep.
Versus you'll get a Kendrick that's like more lyrical, a Cole that's
Yep.
more lyrical, that's gonna tap into that and make you think and get you to question certain things and look at views on life, on spirituality, all these different things. So
Yep.
I've got categories for my rappers. I'm not like, oh, so-and-so is the greatest of all time just because they're my favorite. It's just about like what I gotta think for. And this has been a vibe year. So yeah, shout out to Tune, Almighty Tune.
Yeah.
Luck.
And I think me traveling a lot this
Yeah.
year. It's been a lot of flights
Yeah.
for me this year. And
Yachty's coming up too.
I think-
Like getting in that versatile bag too.
Yeah.
Like I love Yachty and what he's doing right now in the confidence.
I think
Like,
the
it's
Afro
good.
beat probably is so when you say like it's been a vibe year for me and you've
Uh-huh.
been vibing, I feel that 100%. I think for me, I can sometimes have a hard time connecting with artists.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it can be like
that's real.
that's why it could be tough for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like that,
Let's see.
obviously that's why my number one has been
Yeah.
my number one because we just got that
Also,
connection.
yeah.
But yeah, I think like the Afro beat is just a state of mind. Like it's just a vibey, fun,
Exactly.
you
type
know,
of thing.
almost like you know what I'm saying. And I just like being in that mindset.
Yeah. How are you with like neo R&B? Like, are you in that Steve Lacy like kind of
So
realm?
look, man, I was just talking to a friend of mine. I'm not a Brent Fayez guy.
I can get that.
I'm not a Brent.
I can get that.
I'm not a Brent guy.
I like Brent, and in fact, when I was working at one of my worst jobs ever in hell, Brent actually got me through.
Really,
I listened to this whole album one day just to make the day go,
really.
like the whole day. And so this new one I haven't really dove into, but the last track, last album he did, or mixtape or EP, because he be moving kind of at his own pace. But I like what he had, and I like the story. I think you would like the narrative if you listen to the whole thing.
Here's somebody I thought that I was gonna love, but I like a couple songs.
Okay.
But I thought that I was gonna love Larry June.
Oh, really? My shout out Justin, my vice rag, my big five. He loves Larry June.
The vintage Porsche,
Yeah.
the swag,
Yeah.
right. So from a connecting
Uh-huh.
standpoint, I'm like, oh, this is me.
Yeah.
Like, this is me. Like, what?
Yeah.
That, like with the gold rolling and the, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, that was me. But I think it's the melodies and the flow that ain't always, and the production is just not always. I'm not always on that type of time.
Okay.
But the
Well,
content, the content is where
Is
I
there?
need it.
Okay.
But the production and the melody don't always meet me where I'm at.
Got you.
And that be like
Okay.
what I'm what I'm missing sometimes.
Yeah, and you can get that, and if you don't have it, it's hard to kind of get in that bag. I see a lot of people listening to Big X the Plug right now.
Uh-huh.
I've been listening to Big X the Plug, by the way.
Really?
But, yeah, on Spotify, like I'll be playing the game or something, I'll throw Spotify on, and then it'll just keep. And I got given a couple songs by Big X the Plug, and he was just coming out. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool, but it's cool to see him getting some shine and stuff now and getting out there. They also got, who's the other big boy of Texas? That Mexican OT. I see him a lot on social media and stuff. He got a cool flow.
You ever get in a honcho?
Yeah, EJ's put me on a couple honcho songs.
Yeah. The whole like, who this for?
Yeah. He put me.
Have you seen that?
What?
Have you seen that TikTok? Like it's like actually going crazy right now. All this pho controversy.
I think so.
Have you seen all that?
Wait.
So pho is the national, it's the national dish of Vietnam.
I love pho.
Yes. So someone was upset that someone made a video really upset that people were putting like downing the pho, drowning it in hot sauce.
Oh. See, this is another expectations thing, man. You got to be open when you're trying other stuff to understand that this is not going to be like your ramen noodles at home at grandma's house that we warmed up in the cup. And y'all that know.
Yeah.
And we drowned it in the hot. That's not this type of dish. It's definitely a lighter broth. And what I found with other cultures when it comes to like spicing, they rely on ingredients themselves to provide flavors. Like I saw another thing like with the girl in Italy, and this guy, he had an Italian restaurant, and he posted this traditional spaghetti and meatballs. And they made the sauce by hand. They made the noodles, put the meatballs on. And then she went in the comments, and I think she was like maybe like Puerto Rican and black, and she went off. She's like, all this food is bland. All of Italia came in the comments, bro, and was killing her about seasoning.
It's
so I'm interested to see what are they saying about the pho.
So I believe this girl put a video out there and she said, can you guys please stop making your pho look like this? It's stressing me out. Just it's like another Vietnamese dish and she was like, you'll like that better.
Okay.
And so basically people were like turning the pho red.
Oh, yeah, you don't do that.
They was turning it red.
You don't do that.
But the people was coming out talking about the pho.
Yeah.
So
that's where that's coming
they
from.
They these comments talking about, who this for? The for us, by us.
For us, by us, for real, bro.
There was these, somebody called old girl the Felice. The Felice.
That's crazy.
Why somebody always fucking with us?
Exactly.
We know what the fuck going on. The fuck they talking about,
bro?
Someone said my fuck, my choice. Forget about it. Forget about it, y'all.
I get it though. Pho is not spicy, y'all. Like don't go into it.
I personally, I love all the flavors that you get from all the condiments. They give you onions, they give you basil leaf, like they give you.
But we not on that type.
They give you mint, like all that.
They want to hear the Lawry's you putting in. That's what they black people ain't looking for no damn mint sprigs on their chicken, man. That's what it is. But I will say, when you go into it with the mindset of like, this is gonna be something new, it takes the shock value off of a lot of stuff because it's just like, I don't know if this is my first time having it. I don't have a reference point to be like, this is what it's supposed to taste like. So I'm just gonna appreciate it for what it is. And then in the confines of my home,
for sure,
I'm a whip out the Lawry's and the Louisiana hot,
1,000%,
and we gonna make our own for us by us.
1,000%. I think that there's like two parts to it. One, you bought it, you do whatever the heck you want with it. We not like eat your pho however you want to eat your pho, like all that. For me, I really value the culture.
That's what I was gonna say
and
too.
the tradition.
Exactly.
And so for me, like, I'm gonna move away from the pho topic and bring up something else. I love omakase.
Okay.
I've been looking more into omakase, and omakase translates. It's Japanese.
Okay.
When you eat sushi, for those who know, when you eat sushi, you can order omakase, and the chef will the sushi chef, the expert, the trained master, right?
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it. He'll go in and he'll chef up, and he'll pick for you and hand select, and it's like some of the freshest fish that they have.
Exactly.
Like, you just get the like top of the line, but there's really an art to maki, to sushi, to like there's really
all the nigiri,
there's like really an art to this, and I feel like me ordering the omakase is like go ahead and cook.
Yeah, but I like that though.
Go ahead and I'm someone who loves that, so I always order omakase.
Right.
I looked it up. It translates to "I'll leave it up to you."
Ah,
which is
okay. That's fire.
That's fly. That's hot.
Yeah.
So I'm hooked.
Sushi omakase.
So whenever I go to eat sushi and I got the budget for it, you know what I'm saying? I'll get omakase.
Yeah.
And I just love the experience. Pro tip for y'all, I solo travel a lot. If you solo travel or you going to sushi to eat by yourself, get omakase and go sit at the sushi bar.
Yeah.
And watch them make it.
Yeah.
And then like it's a cool experience for the chef, in my opinion, especially maybe when you look like me or whatever the case may be. And to see them invested in your experience, and they want you to have a good experience. They watch like, is it good? They'll talk to you. Is it good? Do you like this?
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Like it's a dope experience. Ordering the omakase, watching them make it for you, and then you then letting them watch you enjoy this and indulge in this experience.
Yeah,
I freaking love that. So bringing it now back to the pho conversation, for me personally, when I go eat pho or I'm going out to eat, bao bun, like I'm indulging in Vietnamese
I want to be in Vietnam when I'm eating.
I want that cultural experience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which is why it's so important for me especially when I'm eating Asian food, Ethiopian food. Like I'm looking for authenticity.
Yeah, bro.
So that's the things
too.
that I value when I'm going out to eat, and so you do lose the authenticity. And I get what she was trying to say. Could it have been charged racially? But like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Who knows? I haven't watched the video. I haven't read the comments.
Yeah.
I don't know. At the end of the day, you order your food. The
I
condiments
mean to say not.
The hot sauce sitting on the table.
Yeah, I mean, I get
do whatever you want to do. For me personally, I don't indulge in that because I want the traditional whatever.
Exactly.
If you hungry and you just want some good food and you like your food spicy,
then go ahead.
Then go ahead and do you.
But yeah, I think that goes across the board, man. I'm very big on that too. Like what you all are doing at Jerk 48 is a crime, by the way. Is a crime. I was just over there. That was not jerk chicken. And I know jerk chicken. I be in it like I indulge. I'm a connoisseur. What you all provided me that night was not jerk chicken. It was barbecue chicken.
I don't think I've ever been to Jerk 48.
It's on 87th across the street from our mail spot, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
And here's how I knew.
I know. We've been there.
Here's how I knew.
We used to park.
But it's not the Jerk Taco Man, dude. That it's a totally new. It's commercial Jerk 48 now. And so I went in there. And
No. Maybe I got it wrong. Before we used to park.
Yeah.
And we have two helpers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Help us.
Yeah. You should have got them a job at Midway, bro. The way they was
with the code. If y'all don't know, Josh and I worked what I'm gonna call an internship.
Yeah, we had an internship together.
We had an internship together at his aunt's
my aunt's
boutique.
Shout out Essential Elements Chicago.
Essential Elements Chicago. It's on 87th and Stony. We worked there for a whole summer. So two suburban boys getting it in on the south side. In the city. If y'all know Chicago, y'all know 87th and Stony. And I would drive and we would have to park in the back. You know, like
she owned that building across the street. She owned the building
across, and that's where we parked because across the street was her whole
like media
studio. And so Josh and I was setting up mannequins, doing photography, working with models, social media, you know, photography, e-commerce, that whole thing. Yeah. It was a really great experience for us to just learn how that business worked. But the funny thing is, every time we would pull up to park early in the morning, it'd be two crackheads sitting out on
I wasn't even gonna put them on blast.
Sitting out on beach chairs behind the studio.
Behind the building.
Because right next to the studio was a jerk spot. And they'd always had that back door open. Yep. They had a grill out back, and then obviously they had everything built in the inside. Yeah. And so I believe they was getting some food.
Long story short, they was eating good.
They was eating good.
They was eating good. For sure.
But every morning, it was not an actual lot. It was just gravel, and it was big old garbage. It was like we had to slide between some cars.
Dumpster and cars
to park. And so I'm parking, reversing slowly. And sure enough, them two crackheads would come out, and they would be, you would have thought we was at O'Hare.
Exactly.
The way they would be like helping us park.
Literally missing the reflective vest. That's all that was missing.
On the back of the trunk.
You need to, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can see them through I'm doing my thing. They be, and I just I'm listening. I'm like,
they never steered us wrong.
They never steered us wrong. And that was the routine.
Yeah.
Every single morning for work. They would be there like clockwork. They get up off them chairs. They come and help us. Yep. And then when we would break for lunch, they would break for lunch.
Exactly. They just eat.
And so Josh and I would go walk to find
something to eat.
You know, something to eat. And when we come out the back to get in the whip to go get lunch,
we was killing that chicken. But it's not my man's spot no more over there.
Wow.
It's Jerk 48, and they're doing crimes. It's an American take on jerk food.
Oh, no.
And it's not that. And I could tell it was going to be like that because the reviews, they had good reviews, but everybody is reviewing stuff like the Jerk Philly and Rasta Pasta.
It's where
but everybody else talking about the chicken, it's not going to be like that. It's not gonna be like that. So yeah, I did that. It was like resort food, Jamaican.
I'll tell one other story from our time at the internship that I have very fond memories of, and it is we had that barbershop movie type experience.
Yeah,
where
with the dude that was bringing
the dude that would come in, because that was so cool. I don't know if it was barbershop or beauty
shop.
I think beauty shop with Queen Latifah. I think,
that's hers.
I can't remember. I think that's what the movie's called. But you know, the woman come in there selling the monkey bread, and she had a little ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
First of all, it was only up until like it was like a couple years ago that I found out that barbershop was based in Chicago.
Yeah.
So one, that was just cool to find out. Two, we would work at the boutique, and the dude would come in
with his cooler.
He
had the grapes
he had these jerk chicken wraps.
And the jerk chicken wraps,
He had these jerk chicken wraps.
And they go crazy.
That would go crazy. But I just like think about, because I've worked retail at Coach. When nobody come in,
ain't nobody coming in no Coach store with no
jerk chicken wraps out their cooler.
No,
but on 87th and Stony,
you making me hungry now, man.
Bro would come up in there,
fire.
And so we was on we were across the street. They would hit us up
and be like,
hey,
what you want?
Oh, so your boy up in here with the jerk chicken, you gonna miss him. We have to run across the street and get our wraps. He would come like once a week. And so we would always
fire wraps,
bro. It was always good.
Taco man.
But that's one of my like favorite memories. And we was working on the South Side.
Yeah, man.
And, we was just doing our thing.
Oh, good.
Good times. Good times. And this was a good time.
Yeah.
This was a good time. Nice little hour and a half for y'all. We're not gonna take it to 2 hours.
Yeah, nah, we're not.
But man, this is the Like a Brother podcast.
Yeah, welcome to LABPOD.
Once again, thank y'all for the support over the first episode.
Yes, thank y'all.
If you guys made it this long, what should we have them comment? For me personally, I always do like a gold heart.
Okay.
So we could do that.
Drop the go. Well, are we orange though?
It's like
'Cause
an orange and yellow team.
We got a
we can
thing,
do orange
and we
heart.
working. Yeah. Or do the orange heart.
Or orange heart.
Do the orange heart if you made it this far.
If you made it this far, we really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Drop an orange heart in the comments and make sure y'all subscribe. And
See you on the next one.
we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.